Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we're embarking on a chilling journey into Pripyat, Ukraine, world's most dangerous abandoned city. A ghost town frozen since the catastrophic Chernobyl disaster of April 26, 1986. When reactor number 4 exploded, unleashing a radioactive nightmare that forced 50 residents to flee, leaving their lives behind. Imagine a drone soaring through a fog-shrouded dawn at 5:30 a.m., revealing Pripyat's skyline, where 16-story apartment blocks loom like silent giants, their cracked concrete facades and shattered windows glinting in a pale orange sunrise, while a rusted Lenin statue stands sentinel in a misty central square, a relic of a lost Soviet dream. We glide over a crumbling military outpost at dusk, its concrete bunker half collapsed, a derelict ZIL-131 truck tilted in the mud, and a tattered Soviet flag flapping in a guard tower, its logbook frozen on April 25, 1986, as if time stopped. Skimming low over a cracked asphalt boulevard at noon, we see young birch trees bursting through the pavement, rusted Lada cars abandoned with moldy suitcases in their trunks, and a pristine red balloon tethered to a lamppost, swaying eerily in the stillness. At golden hour, a water treatment plant's concrete silos stand stained with rust, leaking pipes tangled with weeds, and a stagnant pool reflects a blood-red sunset where a pale fish darts, hinting at radiation's mutations. We ascend a 200-foot radio tower as storm clouds gather, its rusted bolts creaking, revealing Pripyat's grid apartment blocks, the Ferris wheel, and the reactor's silhouette while lightning flashes and static crackles from a flickering antenna. At sunrise, a train yard's rusted freight cars are overtaken by moss, a locomotive's headlamp shattered, and a fox leaps onto a car, its eyes glinting as the city's skyline glows pink. A collapsed bridge over the Pripyat River holds a half-submerged Volga car, its black paint peeling, while reeds choke the banks and a heron watches silently. A derelict gas station's rusted pumps and collapsed canopy frame a cracked sign for Benzin a 76. A dusty motorcycle reflecting the morning sun, and a fresh tire track in the dirt hints at unseen visitors. A faded propaganda mural on a 10-story block depicts Soviet workers, their eyes vivid despite peeling paint, while a rusted tricycle lies in an overgrown courtyard below. At night, Pripyat's outskirts glow under moonlight, abandoned farmhouses sinking into fields, a scarecrow's tattered face wearing a Soviet cap, and a faint radioactive shimmer pulsing in the soil. Inside a school, we enter a music classroom at 9:00 a.m., where dusty violins lie scattered. A music stand holds a yellowed Soviet anthem, and a metronome ticks inexplicably as sunlight illuminates a child's doodle of a mushroom cloud. An apartment kitchen at 4:30 p.m. reveals a rusted stove, moldy plates set for a meal, and a calendar stuck on April 1986, a cracked teacup cradling a dead spider, as if the family vanished mid-sentence. In a hospital's operating theater at 11:00 p.m., a flickering green light casts shadows on rusted surgical tools, a blood-stained mask lies on the floor, and a chart lists patients from 1986, some crossed out in red. A post office's counters are littered with unsent letters, a rotary phone's cord severed, and vines creep through a shattered window, framing overgrown streets. A dance studio's cracked mirrors reflect a dusty floor, point shoes abandoned, and a phonograph hums a faint waltz while the Ferris wheel looms outside. A nursery school's tiny chairs surround a dusty table, a crayon drawing of a family under a black cloud pinned to a corkboard, and a mobile sways above a crib, a distant giggle echoing impossibly. A cinema hall's torn screen holds a frozen Soviet film frame, its rusted projector spilling film, while a lecture hall's globe marks Pripyat with a red star, a relic of a lost world. A pharmacy's shelves hold dusty medicine bottles, a cracked vial labeled in Cyrillic, and a mannequin's arm lies among shattered glass, a chemical scent lingering. A communal laundry room's rusted washing machines frame a sagging clothesline with moldy dresses, a cracked mirror reflecting a fleeting shadow. A radio station's dusty microphones and consoles hold a tape labeled Emergency Broadcast, April 1986, Static crackling as moonlight reveals the reactor outside. Nature fights back. A courtyard's bronze statue of a Soviet worker is draped in moss, a bird's nest in its hand as ivy climbs apartment blocks. A schoolyard's playground is invaded by pines, a slide half buried, and a squirrel carries a plastic toy. A flooded street reflects the Ferris wheel in murky water, a rusted bicycle floating, and a large fish breaks the surface, its scales iridescent. A rooftop garden blooms with wildflowers, overtaking rusted satellite dishes, while a cracked skylight reveals a dark stairwell. A railway station's tracks are buried under weeds, a rusted train frozen, and a deer grazes nearby. A bank vault's safety deposit boxes are entangled with vines, a tarnished locket glinting inside, and a ledger lists 1,986 transactions. A bus stop's rusted shelter is overtaken by ivy. A moldy newspaper from April 26, 1,986, open to a Chernobyl headline, a butterfly landing on it. Wild boars root through a collapsed market's moldy fruit, a faded Reba sign peeling. An oak tree bursts through a factory floor, its roots cracking machinery, a worker's helmet abandoned nearby. A flooded apartment basement reflects flickering lights, a child's rubber duck floating in murky water, and moss climbs the stairs. The supernatural creeps in. A shadowy figure vanishes in a school corridor at 9:00 p.m., leaving footprints that stop abruptly, a whisper in Ukrainian fading. A porcelain doll in a nursery, its cracked face glinting at 7:00 p.m., smiles in a mirror's reflection, a lullaby humming faintly. A hospital's flickering exit sign casts a red glow, a gurney sheet shifting, and a distant moan echoes. A classroom's chalkboard bears fresh Cyrillic text. We are still here at 8:00 a.m., a handprint fading in a window's dust. A lecture hall's projector flashes a distorted 1,986 newsreel of the reactor exploding, shutting off abruptly. A hospital storage room's cracked vial leaks a green glow, a Geiger counter ticking wildly, and scratch marks mar a locked door. An apartment's curtain flutters with no breeze, a handprint in the dust, and a mirror shows a fleeting shadow. A factory's flickering light bulb swings, a clipboard listing 1,986 shifts with one name circled in red. A shop window's reflection at 7:00 p.m. shows a figure that isn't there, a tap echoing on the glass. An apartment's Soviet radio crackles with garbled voices, a photo of a couple fading nearby. The reactor looms. A drone circles its perimeter at dawn, rusted fences and warning signs standing sentinel. A dosimeter's needle stuck at a deadly reading. Worker barracks reveal moldy bunk beds, a 1,986 schedule pinned to a wall, and a lone boot in the dirt. A cooling pond's algae-covered surface hides iridescent fish, a rusted pipe leaking murky water. A control tower's cracked dials and a map of the reactor site glow under twilight, a faint beep echoing. A debris field holds a twisted helicopter blade from the 1,986 cleanup, a barren patch glowing green. An emergency exit door at the reactor, rusted and ajar, reveals a dark corridor with flickering lights, a metallic clang echoing. A radiation lab's test tubes and dosimeters lie dusty, a lab coat stuffed with 1,986 notes. A memorial wreath near the reactor holds a firefighter's photo, wilted flowers at its base, the reactor looming. A rusted crane, frozen mid-lift, overlooks the reactor, a logbook stuck together in its cabin. A barren soil patch glows faintly, a dead tree twisting in the wind, a rusted warning sign half buried. At 11:00 p.m., Pripyat's skyline glows under a full moon, a single window flickering with impossible light, a wolf howling. A dusty photo album holds faded 1,985 picnic memories. A child's mitten lies in a playground, and a wedding dress in a shop, its veil reflecting a ghostly figure, speaks of love lost. A collapsing balcony holds a tattered shirt facing the reactor, a flower pot with a dead plant. A classroom globe marks a forgotten Pripyat, a tap-like chalk echoing. A mural of liquidators, their faces eroded, honors the fallen, lightning flashing overhead. The red forest's reddish trees glow at twilight, a wolf's prints leading into the dark, a green shimmer in the soil. As we ascend 0 feet above Pripyat at 10:00 p.m., the city sprawls crumbling, overgrown, alive with ghosts the reactor glowing, an aurora-like shimmer in the sky. We end in a kindergarten, a child's drawing of a family under a glowing reactor cloud, a teddy bear's eyes glinting in moonlight, a lullaby fading. Pripyat is abandoned, but never empty, a testament to human resilience and tragedy. If this journey chilled you, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe our channel.